My fiancé texted, "My friends think your proposal was boring. You need to do it again, publicly." I texted back, "Good idea." What I did publicly was not what she expected. The Facebook post had 10,000 reactions in an hour. Original post. I, 32 male, proposed to Jessica, 29, 3 months ago. We'd been together 4 years, lived together for 2. I thought I did it right. Sunset at the state park where we had our first kiss, just the 2 of us. Her grandmother's diamond reset in a custom setting she'd admired months earlier. She cried, said yes, we were both so happy. Or so I thought. Last Tuesday I got this text while at work. "Jessica, been talking with the girls. They all think your proposal was super boring and private. Nobody even saw it. You need to do it again, properly this time. Publicly. Make it special. Rachel's boyfriend did a flash mob. Megan got proposed to at a baseball game on the Jumbotron. I deserve that too." I stared at my phone for a solid minute. Boring? The place where we first kissed was boring? The ring I spent 4 months designing was boring? Me, you want me to propose again? In public? Yes, this weekend at the farmer's market would be perfect. All my friends will randomly be there. Make it memorable. Good idea. Really? OMG, yes. Saturday 11 a.m. Don't disappoint me. I put my phone down and made a decision. She wanted public, she wanted memorable, she'd get it. Spent Tuesday night going through 4 years of receipts, screenshots, and memories. Wednesday, I typed up something special. Thursday, I called off the engagement officially. Just hadn't told her yet. Friday, I prepared my public spectacular. Saturday morning, Jessica was practically vibrating with excitement. Full makeup, new dress, fresh manicure. Her whole squad was obviously in on it. I saw at least 6 of them, casually, shopping near the market's main plaza. At 11 a.m. sharp, I stood up on the fountain edge. Jessica's face lit up. Her friends started recording. "Excuse me, everyone," I called out. "I have something important to share." The crowd gathered. Jessica was beaming, hands over her mouth, in practiced surprise. 3 months ago, I proposed to this woman in private, at the place where we first kissed. Apparently, that wasn't good enough because it wasn't public entertainment for her social media. Jessica's smile froze. She demanded I do it again. Publicly. So here we are. I pulled out my phone. I'd like to read something I posted on Facebook this morning. It already has 10,000 reactions. Her face went white. Title, "Why I'm Ending My Engagement, a Public Service Announcement." I read clearly, projecting my voice. 3 months ago, I proposed to Jessica privately. This week, she called it boring and demanded a public redo for social media content. So let me be public about this. The crowd was dead silent. Jessica tried to grab my arm. I stepped back and continued. During our 4 years together, I paid her student loans, $31,000. I covered rent when she quit 3 jobs to find herself, 16 months total. I funded her failed MLM ventures, approximately $8,000 lost. I canceled a job opportunity abroad because she threatened to harm herself if I left. I discovered last month she's been telling people I'm controlling for wanting a prenup. People were pulling out their phones now. Jessica's friends were backing away. But the real kicker? 2 weeks ago, she told her sister I was marriage material, not fun material, and that she planned to keep her ex as a friend after marriage. Screenshots included in my Facebook post. "Stop," Jessica screamed. "You're humiliating me." "You wanted public, Jessica. This is public." "Oh, and the ring?" I pulled out the box. "Your grandmother's diamond is safe. I had it removed and will return it to your family. This ring is cubic zirconia, just like this relationship. Fake shiny nonsense for show." I tossed the box at her feet. To everyone watching, documentation of everything I've said is on my Facebook. To Jessica's friends recording this, hope it goes viral. And Jessica? You wanted memorable. Is this memorable enough? I walked away. Behind me, I heard her shrieking, her friends trying to calm her down, and at least one person slow clapping. By the time I got home, the video was already on TikTok. Update 1 3 days later. Holy crap, this exploded. The farmer's market video has 2.8 million views on TikTok. Someone edited it with that "oh no" audio and it's everywhere. But the entitlement train hasn't stopped. It's accelerated. Sunday morning, day after the market incident, I woke up to 47 missed calls. Not from Jessica, from her mom, Patricia. This woman has always been intense. Finally answered on call 48. How dare you humiliate my daughter like that? You're a monster. She demanded a public proposal. I gave her a public response. She deserves an apology and the real ring back. That was a family heirloom. The stone was. It's been removed, and I'll return it to your family. The setting I paid for stays with me. You're legally required to give it back. It's an engagement ring. The engagement she effectively ended when she called it boring and demanded a performance. I'm done discussing this. We're suing you for emotional distress and defamation. Everything I said was true and documented. Good luck with that. Hung up. But Patricia wasn't done. Within hours, she'd started a smear campaign on Facebook, posted in every local community group about how I was abusive and stole from her daughter. The problem? People had seen the video. The comments weren't going her way. Ma'am, your daughter sounds entitled AF. He paid her student loans and she called him boring. Team Fountain guy. Then came Monday. I get to work and HR wants to see me. My stomach dropped. Apparently, Jessica had called claiming I was creating a hostile work environment. Because we'd met at a company event 4 years ago, she demanded they fire me. HR lady looked tired. Look, we've seen the video. We've seen your documentation. She doesn't even work here. We just need to document that we spoke to you. Don't do anything on company time or property, that's it. But the real kicker came Tuesday morning. Jessica showed up at my apartment with 3 friends and her brother Kevin. 25M, thinks he's tough because he goes to the gym. I watched through my Ring camera as they pounded on the door. Jessica, open up. I know you're in there. We need to talk. Yeah, bro, be a man and face her. I called through the speaker. You're on private property. Leave or I'm calling the cops. Jessica started crying, but not sad crying, angry, entitled crying. You owe me. 4 years. 4 years of my life. You can't just publicly dump me. You publicly demanded I repropose. You got a public response. Dude, just give her the ring and we'll leave. The fake one? She has it. The stone's being mailed to Patricia's certified mail. Now leave. You're gonna regret this. Jessica's dad knows lawyers. So do I. And mine has all the documentation of Jessica's demands and my response. Last warning before I call 911. They left, but not before Kevin kicked my door, on camera, and Jessica keyed my neighbor's car thinking it was mine. I park in the garage. She knew that, but was apparently too emotional to think straight. My neighbor was pissed. He'd seen the video too, though, so when he called the cops, he was on my side. Jessica got arrested for vandalism. Kevin got a warning about the door kick. That evening, Jessica posted on Instagram from the police station, when you think you know someone for 4 years and they destroy your life for asking for romance. The comments were brutal. Romance equals demanding a performance? Girl, you fumbled the bag, $31K in student loans paid, and you complained? But my favorite was from her own cousin. Jess, you literally told me last month you were settling for him. This is karma. The entitlement wasn't done though. Wednesday night, I got a Venmo request from Jessica for $2,500 labeled emotional damage and ring replacement. I declined it and sent her one for $31,000 labeled student loans I paid while you called me boring. She blocked me. Finally. Update 2, 1 week later. The circus continues. This week has been absolutely insane, and Jessica's entitlement has reached heights I didn't think possible. Thursday, Jessica's dad, Robert, called me. Unlike Patricia's screaming, he was calm. Too calm. Son, let's be reasonable here. You've made your point. The internet's had its fun. Now let's discuss making this right. There's nothing to discuss, Robert. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to publicly apologize, say it was a misunderstanding, and we'll all move forward. Jessica will consider taking you back. I actually laughed. She'll consider taking me back? After calling my proposal boring and demanding a circus performance? She's young. She made a mistake. You publicly humiliated her. That's abuse. No, Robert. Abuse was her threatening self-harm when I got a job offer. Abuse was her isolating me from friends she didn't approve of. Posting the truth isn't abuse. I've invested a lot in Jessica's future. Her wedding was supposed to be significant for my business connections. And there it was. The real issue. Jessica had apparently promised some big society wedding to boost Daddy's networking. Robert, I'm prepared to offer you $50,000 to take her back and do this properly. Are you trying to buy me? Robert, I'm trying to solve a problem. My daughter's reputation affects my business. Should have raised her better then. Goodbye, Robert. But Friday was when things went nuclear. I woke up to my LinkedIn flooded with connection requests and messages. Jessica had made a TikTok crying about how she was now unemployable because of the viral humiliation. She claimed I'd destroyed her career prospects and was financially abusing her by not continuing to support her. The problem? She'd never really had a career. In 4 years, she'd had 6 jobs, quitting each one for various reasons. Boss was mean, asked her to show up on time. Work was toxic. They expected her to actually work. Environment was hostile. They didn't appreciate her Instagram breaks. But her video went viral too, and not in the way she hoped. People found her other social media, her Instagram full of luxury goods that I'd paid for. Her tweets about manifest your dream life, queens, and never settle for less than you deserve. The TikTok from 2 months ago where she bragged about getting me to pay for her best friend's bachelorette party in Miami because he doesn't know how to say no to me lol. Someone made a compilation video. It got 5 million views. Saturday morning, plot twist. Kevin showed up alone. No pounding on the door this time, just knock normally. Dude, can we talk? Like actually talk? I opened the door but didn't let him in. What do you want, Kevin? He looked uncomfortable. Look, I'm sorry about the door and about everything. I didn't know the full story. And now you do? Jess has been living with our parents since you split. It's been educational. She demanded Mom make her breakfast this morning because she was too traumatized to cook, then threw a fit because the eggs were scrambled, not poached. I said nothing. Kevin continued. She's been saying you're abusive and controlling, but she also told Mom you were financially abusive for not paying her credit card this month. The one you never agreed to pay, that she maxed out after you split. Sounds about right. She's also been texting her ex, Brad, telling him you were psycho jealous of him and that's why you humiliated her. Brad screenshot them and posted them. He's married now and his wife wasn't happy about Jessica calling him at 2 a.m. crying about being available again. Why are you telling me this? Kevin sighed. Because my family's insane and you deserve to know you did the right thing. Also, Jess is planning something. She's been on the phone with some image consultant about fixing her narrative. Just watch out. Sunday, I found out what that meant. Jessica did a podcast interview with some relationship guru who runs a Queens Supporting Queens platform. The entire thing was about surviving narcissistic abuse and recognizing financial manipulation in relationships. She actually said with a straight face that paying her student loans was a form of control because it made her dependent on me. The proposal was designed to isolate her from her support system, and the public breakup was typical narcissistic rage because she'd started standing up for herself. The podcast host ate it up. So brave, so strong. You're an inspiration to women everywhere. Then came the real grift. Jessica announced she was writing a tell-all memoir called Boring Men, Broken Dreams, My Journey from Public Humiliation to Empowerment. She was taking pre-orders at $49.99, promising to expose the dark truth about our relationship and share never-before-seen evidence of my supposed abuse. She set up a whole website with her crying farmer's market photo as the header. The pre-order page had testimonials from her friends about how brave and inspiring she was. Patricia even wrote one calling me a master manipulator who used money to control an innocent young woman. Within hours, the internet investigators went to work. Someone found that the website's testimonials were just copied from other self-help books with names changed. Another person discovered the ISBN number she was using belonged to an already published cookbook about grilling techniques. But the best part? Her sample chapter accidentally included tracked changes showing her friend Kayla's edits. Comments like, "This sounds too fake," and "Nobody will believe he said this," and "Maybe tone down the victim stuff a little," were still visible in the document she uploaded. The literary community roasted her. Book Twitter had a field day. Someone started a parody account writing excerpts from the book that were just increasingly absurd claims. My favorite, He insisted on breathing the same air as me, which I now recognize as atmospheric abuse. Monday morning, she pivoted again. Now she was starting a coaching business for empowering women in toxic relationships. Her first workshop, recognizing financial abuse when his money becomes control. Price, $299 per ticket. The flyer used a photo from the farmer's market, specifically the moment I was reading from my phone, edited to make me look aggressive while she looked victimized. That was too far. I called my lawyer. Final update, 3 weeks later. The legal letter shut down Jessica's consulting business before it started. Turns out using someone's image for commercial purposes without consent while making defamatory claims is legally problematic. Who knew? Jessica responded by having Patricia call me sobbing about ruining Jessica's only chance at independence. The irony of calling her grift attempt independence while demanding I fund her life was lost on them. But the real finale came 2 weeks ago. Jessica's friend Megan, the one with the baseball stadium proposal, reached out. She wanted to meet for coffee. Against my better judgment, I agreed. I owe you an apology, she started. We all encouraged the public proposal thing. We made her feel like yours wasn't good enough. Why? Megan looked ashamed. Honestly, jealousy. Your proposal sounded perfect. Personal, meaningful, thoughtful. But Jessica kept saying she felt left out because we all had these big public moments and stories to tell. We fed into it. She paused, then added. Also, you should know, Brad contacted her first, not the other way around. He saw the farmer's market video and thought she'd be fun now that she was single. When she started talking about getting back together with you for the money, he leaked everything. Wait, she was planning to get back with me? Megan nodded. The plan was public reproposal, huge wedding, wait a year, then divorce with alimony. She literally called it her retirement plan. Her dad was in on it. That's why he offered you money. I sat there, coffee getting cold, processing this. Megan continued. Rachel and I were there when she was coaching with that image consultant. The woman told her to claim abuse for sympathy and donations. Jessica laughed and said, he was so boring, making him sound abusive will be easy. Why are you telling me this? Because it's wrong. And because Jessica's now trying the same thing with another guy. Met him 2 weeks ago. Already talking about marriage. He deserves to know what he's getting into. She gave me his contact info. I reached out, sent him the video and documentation. He thanked me and blocked Jessica that same day. Last week was the grand finale. Jessica made one last-ditch effort. She created a fake Instagram account and DM'd my sister, telling her I was mentally unstable and dangerous and she should check on me. My sister, who'd never liked Jessica, screenshot everything and sent it to me. That was enough for a restraining order. Jessica was served papers at her parents' house. According to Kevin, who texted to apologize again, she had a complete meltdown. Threw things, screamed about the injustice, and then demanded her parents sue me for destroying her life. Robert finally had enough. Told her she had 30 days to get a job and move out. Patricia protested, but Robert was done. His business had actually suffered from the association with the viral video. 2 major clients had pulled out of deals, citing concerns about family values. Yesterday I got a text from an unknown number. It was Jessica, using a friend's phone. You win. Happy? I'm working at Target now. Target. I have a degree. This is your fault. I'll never forgive you for this. I didn't respond. Just added the number to the restraining order documentation. The farmer's market proposal video is still circulating, now with 8.2 million views across platforms. Someone made it into a meme template. When you demand a public proposal, when you get a public response. I'm doing okay. Therapy helped process the relationship patterns I'd ignored. Turns out paying someone's way through life while they call you boring is not, in fact, normal or healthy. Who would have thought? Started dating someone new last month. When I told her about the whole situation on our 3rd date, she laughed and said, please tell me someone saved that video. We watched it together. She high-fived me at the ring reveal. Last night, she asked what I learned from the whole experience. That when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And when someone demands a public spectacle, give them one they'll never forget. She laughed. Remind me never to demand a public proposal. Deal. But just so you know, I'm never proposing again. Next girlfriend gets a discussion about maybe going to City Hall. Sounds perfect. Boring, but perfect. We both laughed. Boring never sounded so good. Oh, and Robert's business? Down 30% last quarter. Turns out when your daughter goes viral for entitlement and you try to buy her way out of it, people notice. Patricia started a blog about mothers suffering from cyberbullying. It has 4 subscribers, all family members. Kevin apologized one more time and we actually grab beers occasionally now. He's a good dude who just got stuck with a problematic sister. And Jessica? Still working at Target, according to Kevin. Still living with her parents. Still posting inspirational quotes about rising from the ashes and queens recognizing their worth. Still single. Funny how that works out. My fiancé texted, "We need a bigger diamond. My friends are making fun of my ring." I texted back, "Say no more." Then I returned the ring, got a full refund, and blocked her number. The next post in her group chat wasn't about me. I, 28 male, was having lunch at my desk when the text came through from Isabel, 26, my fiancé of 3 months. "We need to talk about the ring. My friends keep making comments and honestly, it's embarrassing. Qley's ring is 2 carats and mine looks like a promise ring next to hers. I know you can afford better. You just bought that stupid gaming computer for $3K. I need you to upgrade this ASAP." I stared at my phone for a solid minute. The ring she was complaining about? 1.2 carats, VS1 clarity, ideal cut. Cost me $8,500. Took me 6 months to save for it while she kept hinting about proposals. But sure, it was embarrassing. I texted back, "Say no more." She sent back heart emojis and, "I knew you'd understand. Love you, babe." I understood perfectly. Left work early, drove straight to the jeweler. The manager recognized me. I'd only bought the ring 2 months ago. "Everything okay with the ring, sir?" "Perfect condition. I need to return it." His face fell. Did she not like it? She loved it. Then her friend got a bigger one. He didn't even try to talk me out of it, just started the paperwork. Full refund back to my card within 3 to 5 business days. Asked if I wanted to look at upgrades. I said no thanks. Drove to our apartment. Isabel was at work until 6. Plenty of time. I wasn't angry, wasn't even sad really, just clear. Like when you finally understand a math problem that's been bugging you. Packed my stuff methodically. Gaming setup, clothes, the espresso machine I bought, my books. Left everything we'd bought together. Took only what was mine. Found the ring box she'd left carelessly on her makeup table. She only wore it for photos. Put a sticky note inside. Returned for full refund. "You were right. You do deserve more. Good luck finding it." Blocked her number. Blocked her on everything actually. Moved into my buddy Diego's spare room that night. The explosion started around 6:47 p.m. Diego was showing me the text she sent him. "Where is he? This isn't funny. He took the ring. Tell him to answer me now." Diego replied, "He's not here. Also, wasn't the ring embarrassing?" She called him 31 times. He stopped answering after the first call, where she screamed so loud he had to hold the phone away from his ear. But here's where it gets interesting. Update 1. So Isabel's best friend Qley reached out to me through LinkedIn, because I'd blocked her everywhere else. You need to know what really happened. This isn't all Isabel's fault. We met for coffee. Turns out there was a whole group chat situation I knew nothing about. Isabel and her 5 closest friends had this chat where they constantly compared their boyfriends, who spent more, who did better proposals, who was more trained. They had a literal scoring system. Qley showed me screenshots. My proposal got a 6/10. Location was sweet but basic. I proposed at the place we first met. Ring is nice but under 1.5 carats. At least he got on one knee properly. Could have been more creative with the speech. The messages after Qley got engaged were brutal. "Isabel, now I look like the broke one." Friend Margot, "Just make him upgrade it. Men are simple." Friend Elsie, "Tell him you need it resized and exchange it." Friend Diana, "My cousin did that. Said the band was causing a rash." You're all geniuses. But here's the kicker. Qley was showing me this because she was having doubts about her own fiancé after seeing how they all talked about these men they claimed to love. When you returned the ring and just left, it made me think, like, what are we doing? We're treating these guys like walking ATMs with proposal skills. I thanked her for the honesty, but made it clear. This changed nothing for me. That night, Isabel showed up at Diego's. Not alone, brought her whole squad: Margot, Elsie, Diana, and her sister Bethany. They came in like a SWAT team of entitlement. Bethany immediately started filming. "We're here to confront the man who abandoned my sister over a simple request." Diego started filming too. "Cool, I'm recording the trespassers who forced their way into my home." Isabel was in full victim mode. "You humiliated me. Everyone knows you returned the ring." "Everyone who?" "My family. My coworkers. Everyone." "So you told everyone you bullied me into buying a bigger ring and I left instead?" "I didn't bully you. I expressed my needs." Margot jumped in. "A real man provides without being asked." Diego laughed. "A real woman appreciates without demanding." Elsie tried the tears. "You're destroying her. She's been crying for days." "Over losing me or losing the ring?" Silence. Diana went for the jugular. "You never deserved her anyway. She was settling for you." Thank God she unsettled then. Bethany was still filming, narrating like this was some documentary. "As you can see, he shows no remorse for traumatizing my sister." I looked directly at her camera. "Your sister said an $8,500 ring was embarrassing because her friend got a bigger one. I agreed and returned it. Now she's mad about the consequences of her own actions. Trauma? That's literally just accountability." They left after more yelling. But not before Isabel delivered her ultimatum. "If you don't come back with a 2-carat ring by Friday, we're done forever." "We're already done. I ended it when I returned the ring." "You can't end it. I didn't agree to that." "That's not how breakups work. I'll sue you for emotional damages." Diego actually snorted. "For what? Not buying her a bigger ring? Good luck with that." They stormed out. Bethany posted the video that night with the caption, "Toxic ex refuses to take accountability for abandoning my sister." It backfired spectacularly. Comments were brutal. "She wanted a bigger ring and he left? King behavior. Your sister sounds exhausting. Accountability for what? Not being her bank account?" Team ex-boyfriend. She deleted it within 2 hours. Update 2. The entitlement escalation was Olympic level. First, Isabel's mom Patricia called me. This woman had the audacity to say, "I'm very disappointed in you. We welcomed you into our family. You welcomed my wallet. There's a difference." Isabel has standards. She was raised to expect the best, and I was raised to recognize gold diggers. "How dare you? She loved you. She loved what I could buy her." The second I stopped, watch how fast that love disappeared. "You're being childish. Just buy the new ring and move on." "Ma'am, I'd rather buy 2 carats of actual dirt." She hung up, but not before threatening to ruin me. Not sure how a retired substitute teacher was going to do that, but okay. Then came the performance. Isabel started posting all over social media about being abandoned by someone she trusted and dealing with narcissistic abuse. She posted old photos of us with captions like, "I thought he was different," and "When someone shows you who they are, believe them." My brother sent me screenshots. I didn't care until she posted a photo of the ring with, "Imagine being told your worth is only $8,500. That pissed me off. So I posted my first social media update in months. Just a simple screenshot of her text demanding a bigger ring because her friends were making fun of her. Caption: "Imagine thinking someone's worth is measured by ring size." It got 500 likes in an hour. Her post got deleted. But the real show started when she found out I got the refund. See, we'd been planning a destination wedding. I'd put down deposits, venue, photographer, catering, all on my credit card, but intended for our wedding. Total about $12 in deposits. I canceled everything. Got most of it back except for about $2 in non-refundable portions. Small price for freedom. Isabel found out when the venue coordinator called her to confirm the cancellation. She went nuclear. Showed up at my office. Security had to escort her out, but not before she screamed in the lobby, "That was my wedding money. You stole my wedding." My coworkers were stunned. My manager Terrence came to check on me. "You good?" "Actually, yeah. Best decision I ever made." The returning the ring part, or the blocking her part, the seeing who she really was part. That afternoon I got served. She was taking me to small claims court for the canceled wedding deposits, emotional distress, breach of verbal contract, financial abuse. Total she was seeking $25,000. I laughed. Actually laughed out loud when the process server handed me the papers. Called my cousin who's a lawyer. He looked at everything and said, "This is the dumbest case I've ever seen. She's basically suing you for not marrying her after she insulted your ring choice. Countersue for harassment." So I did. Update 3. Court was incredible. Isabel showed up in a white dress to small claims court, like she was making some kind of statement. Her evidence included screenshots of our texts, including the one where she demanded a bigger ring. Photos of us together to show we were happy. Receipts for wedding stuff she bought, a dress, shoes, etc. A spreadsheet of projected lifetime earnings lost from not marrying me. The judge, this older woman who looked like she'd seen everything, reviewed the evidence. "Miss Isabel, you're suing because he canceled a wedding? He promised to marry me, then abandoned me over a simple request. The request to buy a more expensive ring because your friends made fun of the first one? That's taken out of context. What context makes that better?" I swear everyone in the courtroom tried not to laugh. Isabel's mom spoke as her witness. "He traumatized my daughter. She's been in therapy." Judge, when did she start therapy? "Last week. After filing this lawsuit." Yes, my evidence was simple. Her text demanding a bigger ring, the receipt for the original ring, the return receipt, documentation of her harassment, the video her sister posted of them forcing their way into Diego's place. The judge took maybe 10 minutes. "Miss Isabel, you have no case. You cannot sue someone for ending a relationship, even an engagement. You cannot sue for wedding deposits that were paid by him. You cannot claim emotional distress when your own messages show you initiated the conflict. Case dismissed." "But what about my dress?" "You bought a dress, that's your choice. He didn't force you to buy it." "This is sexist. This is consequences. Case dismissed means we're done here." "But wait, my counterclaim." The judge reviewed the harassment documentation. The 31 calls to Diego, the scene at my office, the social media posts, the threatening messages from her family. "Mr. OP, I'm granting a restraining order. Miss Isabel and her immediate family must maintain 500 feet distance and cease all contact. Any violation will result in criminal charges." Isabel lost it. "You can't do this. I loved him." Funny way of showing it. We're done here. Outside the courthouse, Patricia tried one more time. "You've ruined her reputation. No one will want to marry her now." That's not true. Someone will marry her. They just won't know what they're getting into until it's too late. Like I almost didn't. Bethany was filming again. This is what happens when weak men can't handle strong women. I looked at the camera. This is what happens when entitled people face consequences. Diego, who'd come for moral support, added, "Also, your sister owes me a new doormat. Her fake designer heels scraped it up." Final update. Life got interesting after court. First, Isabel tried to get around the restraining order by having mutual friends message me. That stopped when I reminded them that coordinating contact for someone with a restraining order is also illegal. Then the group chat imploded. Remember Qley, who showed me everything? She called off her engagement after her fiancé found out about the scoring system. He saw the screenshots during the court case. I'd submitted them as evidence. They became public record. The other girls turned on each other. Margot's boyfriend dumped her after seeing she called him barely a 7 but with good credit. Elsie's man found out she was planning to baby trap him for better financial security. Diana's boyfriend discovered she had a backup boyfriend she was cultivating. The group chat leaked fully when Diana posted everything online in revenge for being blamed for the leak. Turns out, they'd been doing this for years. Rating men, planning manipulations, sharing strategies for getting more expensive gifts. But here's the beautiful karma. Isabel's job found out about everything. See, she worked in PR. Her company wasn't thrilled that their employee was all over social media in a viral story about gold digging and entitlement. They didn't fire her, but she got demoted to an internal position with no client contact. She tried dating apps. Someone always recognized her as ring girl and unmatched. Meanwhile, I started dating Penny, a teacher I met at a bookstore. First date, she insisted on splitting the bill. Second date, she cooked dinner at her place. Third date, she saw a Reddit thread about the whole drama and said, "Wait, this is you? That's hilarious. Your ex was insane." We've been together 8 months now. She wears a $50 silver ring I got her at an art fair because she liked the design. Posted it online with, "It's perfect. No carat count, no comparison. Just appreciation. The best update, last week Qley sent me a message. Thought you should know, Isabel got engaged to some crypto guys she met in Vegas. She's been posting about her 3-carat ring non-stop. The comments are all laughing emojis because everyone knows it's fake, the diamond and the crypto." I checked out of curiosity. The ring was massive, suspiciously massive, the kind of ring that's either $80K or $80. Given that her crypto millionaire fiancé drives a 2008 Honda Civic and lives with roommates, I'm guessing the latter. Her mom Patricia commented, "So happy my baby got what she deserves." Yeah, she absolutely did. My brother summed it up perfectly. You didn't dodge a bullet, you dodged a whole ammunition depot. My cousin, the lawyer, has my return receipt framed in his office next to his law degree. He calls it Exhibit A in why you should always keep your receipts. Diego still tells the story at parties. His favorite part is when they tried to blame him for enabling me. His response, "I enabled him to not marry a gold digger? You're welcome?" As for the $8,500 from the returned ring, invested half, used the other half for a solo trip to Japan. Posted one photo from the trip. Isabel's sister viewed my story within 10 minutes even though I'd blocked her main account. Guess she made a fake to keep tabs. Sad? Nah. Pathetic? Absolutely. Someone asked if I regret how it all went down. Only thing I regret is not seeing the signs sooner, like when she asked about my salary on our second date. Or when she got upset I bought her tulips instead of roses because roses photograph better. Or when she literally said, "Your money is our money, but my money is my money." To anyone dealing with similar situations, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. When they tell you a ring that costs more than many people's cars is embarrassing, that's not about the ring, that's about their values. And to Isabel, since I know you're reading this through whatever fake account you're using, your crypto prince just posted about his NFT collection failing. Good luck with that 3-carat cubic zirconia.